Devlog number 7. Is it me or it's getting longer and longer between the devlogs? Nah, I must be dreaming. Before we start, let me introduce you to the new member of the family. This is Bagheera, a 6-year-old cutie. She loves to play ball, taking sun bath and digging holes in the garden. And as every dog owner, I just can't help myself but to show her to everybody. Let's move on. In this devlog, I'm going to talk about car physics, respawns, cookie banner, interactive areas, bonfire, overlay, and Easter. Yeah, I have something for you at the very end. I was so focused on the new portfolio that I completely forgot how it is to drive around in my old portfolio, and I realized how rigid the suspensions of the new vehicles are compared to the old one. So I tweaked some settings, and there you go. Much better, even though it makes doing tricks a little bit harder. And don't forget that you can activate each suspension separately using the numpad. Since it's quite easy to get stuck, early in the project I implemented a way to respawn by pressing R. But by default it was taking us back to the landing position, so I implemented respawn points on key areas. It's quite simple. In Blender I created empties where I want the respawns to be, and when the user presses R, I find the closest respawn point and move the vehicle there, which is also going to be useful when the player dies. No, there is no way to die on my portfolio. I also named the respawn so that I could make the vehicle spawn in specific locations, making debugging a lot easier. Do you like those annoying cookie banners we see on almost every website these days? Personally, after accepting thousands of cookies, I never ever received any. Well, it needs to change. I created a cookie banner with a cookie stand and a cookie oven. And whenever you accept a cookie, well, you get one. For the cookie stand, I separated the blower and scaled it with a sine wave. I added some particles coming out from the chimney in sync with the blower. I used emissive surfaces here and there using the same material as for the lanterns and headlights. And finally, I added a heat effect coming out from the oven using the Perlin noise texture I've been dragging around. For the cookies, I use an instance mesh in order to have a load of them with good performance. By default, they are hidden under the cookie stand, and I put them at the entrance of the oven with an impulse to make them pop. Currently, there are 30 cookies available, and new ones will reuse the old ones. Too many cookies will get stuck, but that's the kind of bug I like. Feature. Aside from the joke, having this little cookie stand was the opportunity for me to create interaction areas. I'm talking about this little thing here. Initially, I went for the same style as my old portfolio with the rectangular fence, and I even improved it a little with some kind of masking according to the vehicle distance. Not bad, but I had 3 main issues with it. We can't see it when it's snowing. The style doesn't go that well with the rest. The handwritten font doesn't suit the sharpness of the fence. So I opened up Figma, did some design, and ended up with this. It expands when getting close enough, and a label reveals its purpose. The diamond is made of a plane that I rotated 45 degrees, and using some magic TSL shaders, I control the shape inside the diamond. For the enter icon, I use the Amatic font and I assembled parts of letters into this little arrow. I'm not sure everybody will understand they have to press enter, but I can change it to something else if I need to, like E or maybe F, I don't know. For the label, I use the same technique as for the whisper, which is drawing the text in a 2D canvas and using it as a texture. Since I shouldn't have too many of those interactive areas, it should be fine in terms of memory usage. Finally, I can control the label alignment so that it doesn't hide important information, like the cookie popping out of the oven in this case. I like it better and I will keep it for now. It's gonna need some more work, like being able to click on it with the mouse, maybe something to help understand the alignment with the floor, because the perspective makes it a little bit treachery, and controller support obviously. Small but important addition, whispers will automatically move away from the interactive areas just to prevent overloading, which was also the opportunity to prevent whispers at the landing points and other key areas. And since I had a way for the user to interact, I thought of adding a little rest area with a bonfire inspired by Dark Souls for the connoisseur. Classic Easter egg we can find in many games. Can you guess the games? For the surface, again I use the same emissive gradient as for the lanterns, headlights and cookie stand. I then use the Voronoi texture I created for the water splashes, but this time to mask the emissive surface. If you interact with the bonfire, you respawn nearby, and every physical object in the scene get resetted. Resetted? Rested? Got it? Oh, and look at that! What a nice transition! To have this smooth transition when we respawn, I created this overlay. It's a simple plane filling the view, onto which I applied some shader tricks. First, I calculated a repeating UV pattern using the viewport coordinates node. I then use that UV to pick the color on this texture, which is a SDF version of this image. On the side, I calculated a stroke pattern and combined them together. Finally, I discarded the fragment if the masking was beyond a threshold that I control with the uniform. I'm quite happy with the result, and I might add some text on top of it to indicate what happened, like you died. Oh wait, no. I said we can't die in this game. My bad. Here comes the surprise. I made a simplified version of my new portfolio available online for Easter, in which you can get a 30% discount code for three.js Journey. The link is in the description, but before you click on it, I have a few things to explain. First, I removed some features to keep the surprise, like the terrain, water, the cookie banner, some weather effects, etc. Secondly, it's a work in progress. I have so much more I need to add, but it's going to take time. Mobile, touch, and controllers are not supported yet. You need to use a desktop with a keyboard and a mouse. Whisper are supported, and you can press T to write a message visible to everyone. And yes, I assume you guys are going to break it, but that's also why I'm doing this. At the end of the event, in a few days, I will put the alpha offline. As for the game itself, I've scattered some eggs around the scene, and you need to find them all to reveal the discount code. That shouldn't be too difficult, but here comes the fun part. You can see how long it took you to find them all. Let's see who's the best, and no cheating please. Here's the link. Have fun, break stuff, and please provide me with whatever feedback you have, good or bad. I hope you guys enjoyed this short devlog, and I hope you have fun with this alpha version. Don't forget to follow me on X or Blue Sky for granular updates, and I will see you in the next devlog.